which I'm sure we do. They love their Grand Prix racing down there. Unfortunately, we'll have to also go through the long lap penalty loop in our first race of the day. Going slow in qualifying, looking for a tow yesterday. That's what he was penalised for. So the numbers to keep your eye on, the three men or boys, shall we say, since it's Junior World Championship, they'll have to go for the long lap penalty loop right there at turns 1 and 2. We think it will cost them about 4 seconds. The men to keep your eye on are the championship leader, the number 96 of Danny Holgado, the reigning European talent here in Barcelona now, and Aji fires away from pole position for the very first time, but it's going to be Josito Garcia who will pull side by side with him, and Holgado from row 2, the championship leader, fires through and will take the whole shot into the opening corner. What a start from the 96.
That was an incredible start, absolutely rocket launch down the outside of him into turn 1 to lead, and it's not Bulatri, sorry, it is Matsuyama through up into second place as it looks like, or maybe one of the talent team boys has gone on the inside on the Australian Lucy machine.
It looks like it's Moreira that's battled his way through there. There's also Rueda in the mix as well. Ortola's up there, the 24, 4 abreast as we come down towards turn 4 for the very first time, and it's now Matsuyama that takes over at the front. The Japanese rider, fresh from Grand Prix experience here last week, hits the front and is looking to pull away nice and early. Rueda, the pocket rocket, was there in third before Ortola dives up the inside at turn 5.
Yeah. Oh, someone's got 2 riders gone down. 3. One more in the gravel trap. Looks like one of the Husqvarna runners. Not too sure who the 2 are down there. Is that one of the MT Foundation bikes?
Already out on lap 1.
Yeah, a rare mistake from Ortola. He's been one of the men this year that has made 0 mistakes, completely consistent. So that is uncharacteristic from him. As we see Mario Aji now diving up the inside into the final corner, recovering after that slow start. So across the line for lap 1, it's going to be Holgado who leads just from Matsuyama, and Aji behind. It looks like, is that Jose Julian Garcia coming down now? It looks like he's maybe going to lead into turn 1. Oh, look at this on the grass.
Moreira was pushed onto the grass by his teammate there. They were fanning out 6-7 abreast on the run down to turn 1. Goodness gracious me, that was a hold your breath moment. Oh, so close there. They're clocking on as they're going down there, and he's having to go onto the grass of all places. Unbelievable. And as a result of that, the shuffling, the shaking, it's Matsuyama who's back out front now, but here comes Holgado. He's not messing around today. Garcia's there in third, or was pushed wide. That looks to be, I think, Aji squeezing through into third. Is it? Yes, it is, but Garcia will swing back in front of him, and then around the outside of Matsuyama, but he's able to hold on as the Japanese rider. What a start this is. These guys are certainly not waiting until the final laps to get the elbows out.
No, they're certainly not. And a little shout out to the man that is now up into 5th, Sayarifudin Azman, up from 10th on the grid, I think he was. Yes, he was 10th on the grid. Sayarifudin Azman on the move, coming now down to challenge for the top 4. I think actually he's just been dived on by his teammate into turn 9. We'll have to check as soon as they come round.
So, halfway through the second lap here, we've got a leading group of 13 that have just managed to escape. The last man attached onto it is Leopard's Marco Tapia, whereas the chasing group is currently fronted by the oldest man in the field, the 20-year-old Gerard Rio on the MT Foundation 77 machine. Holgado that leads the way then, with the junior talent team machines of Matsuyama and Aji in second and third, Josito Garcia there in fourth. And just have a look at the pace of the gas, well, the KTM machine of Holgado as we come through the final corner onto the start finish here. Josito Garcia, the man in fourth early this week, said that he really does feel that the Hondas, and at the moment we've got Hondas second all the way back down to Diego Moreira in seventh, just don't have the top end speed compared to the gas. Holgado's leading the way, and even though they are buried in the slipstream, it's taken them some time to be able to pull alongside him and even get past him. They will in the end. Aji around the outside, rolls through and hits the front. Is wide though, that's going to compromise his run through turns 2 and 3, but he's just about going to hold on, is he? Yes, he is. Aji hits the front here in Catalonia.
Yeah, this is impressive for Mario Aji, and look at that, Ivan Ortola with the fastest lap of the race. So after that little slip off, he's remounted down in 29th with that 49.7, the only man in the whole field in the 49s. So he's riding angry and he's riding fast. Ivan Ortola
in the championship, this has gone unnoticed, has crashed out. We don't know where. We've not seen it on our TV pictures here, but the number 38 is out of this one. So Holgado, leading the championship, has got the men second and third already crashing out as Holgado. What's he doing there? His left arm was off, and then his right foot as well. He was kicking out at something. Oh, long lap penalty, long lap penalty. So there we go. He was indicating to the riders around him that I'm going straight on here, lads, so make sure you don't go with me. 4 seconds we think it's going to cost him. Will he stay with the leading group? He's just off the tail of it, so...
In the front again, so the pole man has gone back to the front with a 92 Moreira all over him now. It seems as though Julian Garcia is also up in third, just being hounded and pressured by Daniel Munoz. So as we come across down into the final corner with 13 laps to go, when they cross this time it will be 12 laps to go. And look at the back of this group, Daniel Holgado, he's already picked off one in the group, and just to clarify, that long lap penalty cost him around 2.3 seconds, so it was nowhere near as much as the 4 that we thought it may well be. So Daniel Holgado, if you've got a sneaky bet on him to win this one, well, you may well be in luck.
Yeah, he's already made up 3 places. Now will be inside of Marco Tapia in the back of the picture. Change for the lead once again. Now it's the turn of the Brazilian Diogo Moreira to lead the way. Daniel Munoz battling his way through the number 17. He's in great form so far in the Red Bull rookies. 9th overall. Brother David actually leads the way at the moment, the number 64, but podium finishes in that already, and now he hits the front. The number 17 of Daniel Munoz, having started 18th on the grid, it's taken him no fewer than 4 laps to hit the front here in Montmello.
Yeah, getting busy then. He's rocketed up the order, and we know what Daniel Munoz is like. He's certainly an aggressive rider, likes to get his elbows out, so we'll have to see if he can hold them off and stay at the front for the rest of the race, or whether he's going to get shuffled back a little bit. Just a quick update on Daniel Holgado. He's up to 7th already and did set the fastest sector of the race through the first sector this lap.
On him with 10 laps to go. He's going to extend his championship lead out even further. We can see the yellow flags, double waved yellows, still there at turn 10 as Matsuyama is helped to safety. Here's what happened with Garcia, Jack. Just a classic turn 5 crash.
Yeah, just trail braking a little bit too much. You just saw that front fold. He tried to save it for a second. Fair play to him, trying to hang on to the handlebars, probably trying to pull the clutch in to make sure that the bike doesn't stall, but unfortunately he is down and out as the 658 team look on in anger. Oh, look at this, that half a second gap has closed right up. So it seems that Mario Aji has the pace to go with the championship leader at this time in the race. 9 laps to go. Let's see if he can hang on.
Well, that crash from Garcia out of second has just forced both Daniel and David Munoz and Rueda there in third as well to lose touch with our leading duo. It's Holgado and Aji currently leading the way with about, what's that, half a second, 3/4 of a second back from Aji to the man in third, Rueda, although not for long with both Munozes looking to get up the inside. A big look over the shoulder from Holgado there. He can see there's a gap, and that's exactly why he tapped onto the rear of his gas machine and said to Mario Aji behind him, look, don't be looking to dive bomb me here. Let's work together, let's pull clear, and then the pair of us can go at it in the final couple of laps, but let's make it easy for ourselves here and at least guarantee first and seconds no matter what. Whether that happens, who knows. Aji does have experience in this class, but as we've seen so far on a number of occasions, he's fairly partial to a dive bomb or two.
Yeah, he certainly is. He doesn't mind trying to stick it up the inside. And I tell you what, Jack, just looking at the timing screens here, Ivan Ortola is up to 12th place. Wow, that is quite incredible. He's been running in the 49s all race long, so he's been picking up almost half a second, well, 3/4 of a second on the people in front of him all race. And also just in this top 10 group, would just like to point out the 2 Brits, Scott Ogden up in 7th and Josh Watley in 9th. 2 good rides coming in from the young Brits. Certainly confidence building performances from those 2 boys.
Yeah, great rides from them. They will be learning an awful lot as well, still in the early stages of their Junior World Championship career. Ogden into his 2nd full season now with the Aspar squad, and Josh Watley having moved through from the European Talent Cup as well. Great to see them battling in this leading group, and a good ride coming from the number 63 there as well, Saifuruddin Azman, one of the next big Malaysian hopes to come through. We've got the Sepang International Circuit Petronas Sprinter Racing boss Razlan Razli here watching on, and he'll be cheering on his man as well, the number 63, having his best ride of his career as he looks to hang it around the outside there as well. As we said a lap ago, Holgado and Aji were going to try work together, but Rueda's got the pace. He's managed
line him up here, but no, looks like that sweeping line of Holgado just lets the brakes off and runs it round the outside of Aji's nose. Takes a big long look over his shoulder, sees about, well, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bikes all behind him, so he's got company certainly, and he definitely knows it now. So Holgado is not getting away with this one, and he's just taking his hand off the handlebar again there. Maybe he's just signalling to Aji to just stay behind him, work together and try and shake.
He really has been super flamboyant with his lines, for the want of a better word. He's not been sort of sticking with the rest of the guys at all. He's been wide at places, sweeping through, and as a result he's been onto the green on a couple of occasions. But as you rightly say, Jack, he has to be careful now.
Yeah, he certainly does. He's just popped up on our timing screens that he has officially been given a track limits warning. So not only a warning from the team, and there you go, it's just popped up on your screens for you there. Track limits warning for rider number 16, that is Mario Aji, the pole man. So he needs to be very careful now as he's going to slipstream down. Sorry, I'll put my teeth back in. Jose Antonio Rueda, and it looks as though he's going to dive one back into the lead. He loves that move into turn 10, doesn't he?
He does. But then he always goes wide there, and that's going to leave an opportunity maybe for someone to possibly come alongside him. But the beauty of that line is, even if they're able to pull alongside him through turn 11, he's got the inside line into 12, and he's able to block them off instantly. So it's proving costly for the other riders at the moment. The fact that Aji looks to have such an advantage on the brakes into turn 10, you have to say, if he's second or third on the final lap going into turn 10, it looks like he's going to be a hard man to beat as the 16.
Yeah, he certainly does. He's very confident with the front end of that Honda, but one place where he is struggling is the front straight, as we see the two Munoz boys now flying in formation. Looks as though at least one of them is going to pick him off on the brakes, but once again, just as we say, I shouldn't have even bothered doubting him. Mario Aji, absolutely fantastic on the brakes and holds on to the lead.
Yeah, he does. Still the 16 that leads the way here in Barcelona. Round 3 of the FIM CEV to the front of this race, but the pocket rocket Rueda, he must weigh what, no less than 6 or 5 stone, dripping wet through.
Yeah.
And he's no more than 5 foot as well, as you can see on the bike. He's certainly helping him down that start finish straight.
Yeah, only about as heavy as a couple of bags of sugar, right? He's absolutely featherweight, isn't he? And it's certainly helping him on the straight there, as Mario Aji is certainly getting a bit busy. Asman's all the way out on the green. I think he got forced out there by one of the Munoz boys. But yeah, holding station for now, and Holgado, look at this, just when he gets down to crunch time, up into those top 2 positions. He's a gamer, isn't he? He really is a proper racer.
Yeah, Holgado just always seems to find his way back into the top 2 or 3 places as we get into the closing laps. Hiroshi Ayama, pensive.
Yes.
I think is the best way to put it.
Certainly, yeah, looking very nervous. And of course, Hiroshi Ayama, absolutely instrumental.
Holgado looking up the inside, no way through. Oh, big moment, big moment for the race leader Daniel Munoz. The front end went from beneath in them. He's just able to hold on, but he's dropped back down to 6th place as a result, and Holgado will hit the front.
Yep, new pair of undercrackers, please, for that man. That was a huge moment. Fair play trying to save it, but it does mean he's got a whole load of work to do now with a lap and a half. As see Rueda, he's making a move down up into the inside at turn 7. He goes up into P3. And we have a yellow flag at Marshall Post 2, but that's not going to affect these guys on this lap at least. So hopefully that is all sorted by the time we get... Well, it just pops up a crash.
Yeah, incorrect graphic, that one. The 64 David Munoz is still there in 4th place. Here's a dress rehearsal for 1 lap time. Holgado hard onto the brakes.
Wow.
He just about gets it stopped. The rear end kicking out there, and he absolutely parked it. There's Clement Rouget, just been helped away after crashing out at turn number 2. Back at the front though, and it's still Holgado that leads into the final sector for the penultimate time. Let's see if that gas machine has got the legs to be able to take him to the start-finish line in case it's a drag to the flag in 1 lap's time. Here we go, Holgado out to the final corner. Aji gets a good run. Has that Honda got the top end to be able to draft its way past? Here comes the start-finish line there, and that gas machine has got some legs on it. It looks as though Holgado, if he leads out the final corner, surely will be able to make it 4 in a row, but he's got problems. Yellow flags waving. Yellow flags were waving there, and Aji has hit the front, and it looks as though he wasn't the only man to move through, with David Munoz also going through. So let's just bear that in mind here. Mario Aji has hit the front, but he did make his move to hit the front with yellow flags clearly waving.
Yep, so there may well be some doubt cast over this result at the end of this lap, but look at that, 4 best, and wow, who was that? That was Holgado being pushed all the way out. So championship leader, the man that's won 3 in a row, going for 4, he's all the way back in 6th. He's got a lot of work to do now, and even for Holgado, this may well be too much.
Well, he's got a target on his back as the championship leader, and you can see that there with both Estrella Galicia boys, Asman and Rueda, nudging him out of the way. Asman Azman has come from nowhere. He's sort of kept in the shadows of this leading group, but he's up there in fourth. He's just had the third stolen away by the 17 of Daniel Munoz. Meanwhile, the fight for victory is down to these leading two, Mario Aji and David Munoz. Daniel Munoz there as well. Aji is going to be so late on the brakes here. You're going to have to be a brave man to outbrake him into the final corner. But here comes Munoz. Contact between the pair of them. He pushes them wide, does Daniel Munoz. And there is disappointment in the junior talent team box. A chance of victory blown for Mario Aji through no fault of his own. And suddenly into the final sector. And it's Azman that leads. The Malaysian has hit the front, lurking in the shadows for the majority of this race. But suddenly he'll lead them into the final corner. Rueda, his teammate, will look to squeeze through on Munoz ahead of him, but victory for the first time in his Junior World Championship career will go the way of Saifuddin Azman. What a race, what a victory for the Malaysian.
What an incredible performance. Outstanding last few laps from Saifuddin